This is KSNR Red Bluff, 96 FM, and we've got your music.
Days are spent going to school or working a 9-to-5 job. The nights are used up in an empty room over a TV store or on a stage somewhere taking the first slow steps on the road, hopefully to somewhere better. The band's from Red Bluff. It's called Exit.
Well, I can see your face. I can see your face. Even though you're not there. Though you're not there. I can feel you close to me. Fingers in your hair. Fingers in your hair. Though it isn't real. Though it isn't real. It's only a dream. Only a dream. As if I never left you, baby. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Exit, the music and the people. A special program brought to you by the Brunny.
The music of Exit is being brought to you by the Brunny 343 Walnut Red Bluff. At the Brunny, foosball tournaments are held every Monday night. Sign up between 6 and 8. No minors, please. Happy hour happens Monday through Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. And during happy hour, draft beer is just 35 cents a glass. Ladies, especially for you, every Thursday night is ladies' night from 7 to 12. A glass of wine is just 50 cents. Wine coolers are 60 cents. A mug of draft beer is 35 cents. And domestic bottled beer is 50 cents. The Brunny, with the best rock and roll and the coldest beer in town, with years of tradition behind it. The Brunny, 343 Walnut Street, Red Bluff.
Exit is a 5-man band. Guitarist Dan Massey and Kim Betts. Curtis Paul with lead vocals, flute, and harmonica. Bill String, bass guitar, and drummer Mike Farmer. Guitarist Dan Massey.
I had just split up from a band called Kick, and there's not a lot of musicians around here, so I knew Kim and Kurt were playing, and I asked them if I could sit in jamming, and that kind of got it started. They were playing with another guitar player, and he wasn't keeping up with what they were doing, and the three of us more or less got the band started, and then I got a hold of the drummer out of my former band, Kick, Mike Farmer, and then we worked out with another bass player, but he had other things going on, so we finally slipped Bill in there, and it's been about a year.
Putting a band together is a patchwork process. You try various pieces until you have the combination you think will work. Along the way, each member must give up some of what he might want and accept ideas from other band members. Kim Betts.
When they come into town, if we hear about them that they have any talent at all, this was back when, we were not formed yet. It was just a couple of us, and we would ask around, is there anybody that's playing? And we'd try out a few people, but it ended up being a group made up of people that were right here in town, just needed to get together. We've all had to compromise our own individual music taste to come up with something that we could all agree with, because it is original. And so it wasn't as if we could all just take a song that was already made and learn it, and where we didn't have any attachment to it, but each song is a representation of all of our music.
Exit has been together for just over a year filled with hard work, long hours, not just to play the music, but to find a direction for the band. Dan, Kim, and Curtis Paul have spent a lot of energy bringing things together, working out the problems.
You love to do it. I think the excitement,
The anticipation of doing it
seems to be the
beforehand
most fun
built up,
of
accumulated.
what we're all. I think we all feel mutual about that. It's the most inspiring and creative and fun thing that we all do. For entertainment. I think most of us would rather be playing on any night than doing anything else, really. Especially if we had more time, we'd play a lot more.
5 guys working together for a year, sharing the work, sharing the problems. The tough times are helped along when a group can develop a sense of, perhaps, of being almost like a family.
I think it helps
It
tremendously.
helps a lot in the workload that we have to undertake, carrying the equipment and all that. Everybody has to put in their share, and everyone can see who's not helping.
lot of
So
people-
there has to be a family type, thing.
People don't realize, I think, people that hire a band, how many hours that the people that play put into it besides just getting up there and playing their 4-hour set, your sets. There's another 4 or 5 hours just moving things and loading it, and everything's heavy.
And tearing it down at the end of the day.
Yeah, tearing it down.
Until you get.
Of course, you've had at least
We're on
1
a lot
or
of
2
money.
years.
I know in 3 months, though you spouse know. Well, call me up about why you just ask me how it goes. Very good, and I'm bad, I can't complain. Well, but actually, everything's just about the same. I met a girl from Venus, who looked like mine was gold. Well, she was sweet as I was a kid. She was lightly cold, pretty good, and I'm bad, I can't complain. Well, but actually, everything's just about the same. Well, moonlight makes me dizzy, sunlight makes me plain. Oh, but your light is the sweetest thing this boy's ever seen.
How hard is it to keep a group together and have other jobs?
It's hard. It's hard. It's the hardest thing there is, really, I think, with groups, is just keeping them together long enough to go through all the changes you need to and the phases that really make it, a good group.
People's moods, probably just working with people, being so close and together all the time. If somebody's got a problem, and sometimes it might show up in practice somehow, and we have to learn to deal with that. And like I said, we've had our ups and downs. We've had to deal with it, and we're still together. So
sometimes it's pretty tough, Most of the time it is, if not everybody's feeling, really ready to just get loose and practice, but usually, everybody does, and we have good practices.
At first we were practicing about 4 hours a night, 4 nights a week, so I was spending probably more time with the group of guys playing music than I was with my family at home, and so I'd carry my problems from there to practice sometimes, and I got out of that habit real quick. Everybody put me in my place and leave that at home.
hard is it to get that feeling that, for instance, you've got in your head onto paper to write, and then to make it sound right when you play it?
Never gets to the paper, that's how. None of us...
We're all ear musicians. No one here's really studied music like in high school or anything.
I studied, I just didn't understand it. It's just...
I don't think anybody reads or writes like that.
Tablature and things like that, you know.
It's just all really inspirational and feeling. You know, you get an idea, and like sometimes, like Kim will be up and writing. Sometimes he'll come all the way back here to go down to the studio and sit down.
Very rarely.
Yeah, but it happens. It seems like you almost have to do it when you're thinking about it when you are an ear musician, or sometimes, like he said, it just runs right out the other ear and you forget about it.
Who does most of the composing?
It always changes. Dan might have a song, and Kim might have 2 songs. I might have a song. A lot of times somebody will start a song, and then somebody else will think of another part, and then someone else will add to that part or take away from it. So we really work together on most songs. Hardly anybody writes one song all the way through. Yeah, you know, and says this is the way it is. We hardly have any songs like that, a few, but most of us have all of our influence one way or another in every song.
Yeah, well, it's like one person comes up with one sort of a rhythm structure and a certain tonality, and then someone else listens to it, and in fact, we all become dependent upon the other person being able to act right on the music that person's putting out, because he might not be able to remember that thing for very long, going on to the next thing that we play.
Is there a particular theme that runs through your music?
I think we're just, mostly our music has been getting geared toward crowd reaction, the energy from the crowd, and it's kind of maybe more along a party music at this point. We have some songs that might be a little commercial, but most of our songs are a little more progressive, I think.
There, you just said it. You know, we're trying to sound a little bit more like we've thought about our music a little more than just, you know, getting the bare minimum out and to please the crowd.
What have been the influences on your music? I know, for instance, there are parts of it that sound a lot like Jethro Tull, for instance.
Probably a lot of that comes from Kurt on the Tull, but I think he just throws that in there once in a while to show people that he can do it, but he's got his own style, definitely.
Did you pick up from him?
Yeah, definitely there's an influence there, but that's what Dan says really, you know, just, that's true. I mean,
there's not that many flute players playing in rock bands. This is, you know, Jethro Tull was one of the few people to actually take the flute and get it right out there at the same time that the electric guitar was dominating the scene.
It's just the styling for rock, you know, the kind of flute that you got to play. I think, you know, it's so far from a classical or anything like that that you end up, it might sound a little bit Tullish, but, you know, a lot of it's really, to me, it's not.
Still, for a local band, they've managed to create what some might call a wall of sound. There is seldom an empty spot. How does a group living on a shoestring budget accomplish such a sound without the mountains of equipment that many groups have to use?
And we've managed to do that with very little equipment. I mean, we're working with the bare minimum amount of equipment that is usually required to create that kind of constant sound, and financially, that's why we, you know, until you start generating a lot of work for the band, you can't improve your equipment and improve your sound. It's a constant growth, you know. And so, yeah, we feel like it's a little bit of an accomplishment too.
You wanted to?
I think with having 2 guitar players that play lead and then having a flute, everybody, wherever there's an empty spot, there's somebody there that can solo, that can fill it up. And then the drums and the bass work together really good on filling up spots also. And that's kind of just out of something sounding bare. No one even really says anything. Somebody just adds a part, or there's, you know, they throw in a lick.
Writing your own songs, spending days and nights practicing to get them the way that you want them, is one thing. But for an unknown band to go on stage with those songs, their songs can be even more chancy, especially if your audience expects to hear you play songs made popular by some better-known groups.
Sometimes they're really pleased, you know, with what you're doing, and I think most people are pleased. It's just there's a few people that are always going to come up and ask for this or that, you know, but they're just geared for that, you know. Certain people just listen all the time and they feel like that's what they got to have. It's what they already know, you know.
How hard was it to turn down that one? people come up and ask for requests and want you to do something by somebody else.
We didn't have much choice.
Yeah,
It's pretty easy when you're playing mostly all original.
Yeah.
Some people can get pretty.
We do have like two or three copy songs that we'll throw in there, and then sometimes that satisfies them. And almost always the overall reaction is positive, though.
What kind of stage act or performance do you have? You don't look like the type to dress up in suits and paint your faces.
No, basically we get, it's all we can do just to play our music and vocalize it.
Very little stage presence.
Yeah, I mean,
our bass player might get a little wild sometimes.
yeah, I would say he has the most stage presence of any of us. If you're talking about visuals, I mean, he moves around quite a bit, but I'd say most of us pretty much just get into the music. And
I think it might have something to do with playing in the local area where you know a lot of the people anyway. It would be hard to act like you're really hot or something.
Yeah. Something different than what they already know you are.
yeah, they know you as already, for yourself.
Boy, look at him now.
Or maybe more, 'cause I'm still wild on that rock and roll. A lot of mud, pass them around, 'cause I'm the wolf, I got the metal down. It's been a long night and I'm still wound up. The light of another, fill my cup and I'm winding down at the end of the night. Winding down, make me feel alright. Winding down at the end of the night, yeah. Winding down. Well, sleep all day, play all night. I practice hard, try to make it right. And I'm having fun playing for you. So stick around until I'm all through. We'll party late and take our time. We'll have a drink to drive and wine. And having fun all night long. It feels so good, Lord, it can't be wrong. 'Cause I'm winding down at the end of the night, y'all. Winding down, makes me feel alright. Winding down at the end of the night. Winding
Exit. The music and the people will continue right after this message.
The Brunny is the oldest existing bar in Red Bluff. When people were hot and needed to cool off back in 1918, or they just wanted to go out and have some fun with friends, they went to the Bucket of Blood Saloon. And later, when the name of the original Bucket of Blood Saloon was changed to the Brunswick, people were still flocking in for a good time with some good friends. And today in 1980, it's called the Brunny, with years and years of tradition inside the doors. And the Brunny is happy to be bringing Northern California the music of exit. When the time comes to head out for a mug of beer or a glass of wine with some good friends, head for the Brunny, always there for you to enjoy. The Brunny, 343 Walnut, Red Bluff.
Bands trying to build a reputation spend a lot of long days and nights traveling highways and back roads, setting up their equipment in out-of-the-way clubs and small halls, playing for people that sometimes don't really care, people more interested in finishing a beer or in picking up the girl at the bar. But knowing that even a few people are listening encourages the musicians, who then pack the car again and start thinking about their next gig, a gig that might be hard to find. Besides playing the music, they are also their own managers, and looking for jobs in this part of the state can be tough.
It's really hard. Just because of the lack of places.
To keep it going consistently, you can get, we easily play once or, twice.
For the energy we put out, it seems like we've gotten a lot of jobs sometimes pretty easily. But, being our own manager as far as finding jobs and stuff like that, I think that's a lot of the holdback. But we haven't even hardly touched Chico yet, in many areas, even really Reading that much. It's just... It takes so much time to do everything, and we all have to work, to buy the equipment, and we still need equipment, so it just takes time really to get it all together. It's really hard to believe we've been together a year already.
That's right. I wouldn't lie. Where will you go when you know there's no place left to be? You find yourself up on the shelf with no remedy. You wanna think back and remember, friend, what you had yesterday before the time to change that course. Ready to find our way, that's free now.
The shelf might be an adequate description of where Exit practices. Standing on the sidewalk across Walnut Street in Red Bluff from the TV store, you probably wouldn't even notice that the building has a second floor. If you did, empty windows might lead you to believe that all that is behind them is a storage room, or perhaps a cheap apartment. The fact that music is being created behind those dirty windows probably wouldn't cross your mind.
Right now we're practicing upstairs from Hammer Nort, and the owner is allowing us to rent that room. And it's about 35 feet long, and then it's kind of an L shape, so it lengthens out about 30 feet.
It's just about as big as a lot of places we play around here, really.
And Hap Pfeiffer, the owner or manager, I should say, of Hammer Nord, he's really been helpful to us also. He's gotten messages for us down there and made it easy for us to keep the place, and he's made improvements on the place, and so we have had some support from the community already, just
really
as little as people.
It's very hard to find places to practice though, because if you get that energy, that loud noise, you can't do it in a residential area.
Frankly, the members of Exit more closely resemble a group of construction workers than anyone's image of musicians. They look like people who work hard for little money and with only a dream that someday what they are doing will pay off. In other words, they're like most anyone else. But then again, maybe they're not. Too many people simply plod along, just dreaming, seldom taking the time to plan a way to reach those goals. These musicians, however, are trying to shape their own futures to reach a place they started toward years ago.
Just listening to music and really getting inspired, listening and thinking I'd like to do that.
My brother gave me a guitar. It was sort of a beat-up old electric guitar, and at first I didn't even know how to hold it. I stuck my fingers between the strings. I didn't put my fingers on the strings. I was about 10 years old or 9, and it seems from that day on I've always had one around the house, and it's just built up until now I can put my fingers on the string.
The only thing I could think of is probably when my oldest brother used to play Elvis Presley records when I was in kindergarten or so, and that inspired me probably.
It's been a long way already and promises to be longer, but there isn't any of them thinking of quitting. Exit lives on the edge, the same edge as hundreds, perhaps thousands of other bands. Musicians chasing a brass ring. From another perspective, you might call it a smoke ring, that illusion which slips away each time you're about to grab it. But Exit is not made up of a handful of starry-eyed kids fresh out of high school looking to conquer worlds. Oh, there is a bit of the world beater in them. To stand on a stage and offer yourself up to an audience, you have to be cocky. But Exit supports itself with a healthy dose of reality. They are honest when they look to their future.
It's the unknown that we just take it day by day. We go to our jobs if we are working at the time.
I think as long as it's progressive,
we've got to be constantly
if we're not getting any further or we're not getting any better.
We don't have any more creativity for some reason, or we're just starting to really stagnate. I think everyone would feel mutual then about Exit, being no more. But
well, I'm sure we all agree if we're going to make it, we're not going to probably make it staying here. Eventually, we're going to have to get out of town.
We'll exit.
The name of the group is Exit. Why?
Well, that's a good question. You know, I don't think to this day do we realize how it came about.
Other than an easy name to remember.
Yeah.
For one, you know, Exit.
We got our name in lights almost everywhere we go.
Yeah, that's true.
And the first place we used to practice, we'd have to drive down the freeway to Roberta, and we'd have to take an exit every time.
Yeah.
And
It might have been a subconscious implant that we didn't even know, because we'd take that same exit night after night, and you always strained to see it. And when you saw it, you know, in the headlights, and you'd bear right.
Guitarists Dan Massey and Kim Betts, Curtis Paul with lead vocals, flute and harmonica, Bill String, bass guitar, and Mike Farmer on drums. That's Exit. No, those are the people. Exit is more. It's a feeling. It's 5 guys working together for a common purpose. You can get a sense of adventure talking to them, from the spark that lights up their eyes and from the way they relate to one another. And when they leave, when they climb into their cars and head off for practice or work or another gig, you can't help but hope they're going to make it, that their lives out on the road takes them the distance.
Well, I can see your face. I can see your face. Even though you're not there. Though you're not there. I can feel you close to me. My fingers in your hair. Fingers in your hair. Though it isn't real. Though it isn't real. It's only a dream. Only a dream. As if I never left you, baby. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Sometimes when you told, it sounds like you told. I think of being next to you at the end of the road. At the end of the road. Whoa, whoa,
I'm Jim McLaren. Exit, the music and the people has been brought to you by the Brunny.
The music of Exit is being brought to you by the Brunny 343 Walnut, Red Bluff. At the Brunny, foosball tournaments are held every Monday night. Sign up between 6 and 8. No minors, please. Happy hour happens Monday through Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. And during happy hour, draft beer is just 35 cents a glass. Ladies, especially for you, every Thursday night is ladies' night from 7 to 12. A glass of wine is just 50 cents. Wine coolers are 60 cents. A mug of draft beer is 35 cents. And domestic bottled beer is 50 cents. The Brunny, with the best rock and roll and the coldest beer in town, with years of tradition behind it. The Brunny, 343 Walnut Street, Red Bluff.
This is 96 FM, KSNR, Red Bluff.
Pretty well.